Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Yay. It's good. It's so good to see you again. So excited to be talking about ghosty things.
Oh,
I do apologize upfront, guys. For some reason, we have really low signal right now. So the Wi-Fi is going, you have unstable Wi-Fi. Oh my God, abort. So I'm
it's good.
sorry if I'm pixelated with one eye. It's totally in keeping with paranormality. Maybe the banshees don't want us talking about them.
Yeah, they're like, keep it quiet.
Could you shush?
Yeah,
That's
could you
I'm
not?
like I'm scared now. Like because we're just playing around talking about spooky things, and what if we stir up the nest or something? Like what if there are banshees here?
I think that's so much because I watch so many ghost hunting videos where they're like getting rid of demons that are like assaulting
Exactly.
women and stuff. And I'm like, at night,
Exactly.
I'm laying in bed thinking, did I just invite that into my house?
I think all of us feel that way. I'll tell you now. Okay, so I'm just going to put here talking about because this is how I roll. I tap up my shit when the show's already started because I'm
Mm-hmm.
classy, kind of kills
Classy
time.
AF.
Talking about banshees. All right, so this is our paranormal. I can't believe we are back
I'm so
in the
excited.
game. I know. With Sandy and Erin. Yay.
Aw.
I know, I'm so excited. All right, let's do it. There we go. How sweet is that?
You.
All right. So, you've had a nice Christmas. You are posting the cutest pictures of your kid. Like, I'm
Thank
dying.
you.
Arky has
She's
got the
pretty
sweetest
darn
smile.
cute. I know. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, it makes me, yeah, my little heart. Like last night at bedtime, she goes, we're doing potty training at night, and she goes, Mommy, I'm going to be a big girl and not wee in the bed tonight. And I was like,
Oh,
yes,
baby.
you are.
Oh, all these big challenges when you're growing up. Oh,
I
all right. So, today, thanks to Enhanced by Google, we're talking about Banshees.
know. It's a descendant of banshees.
Yes, quite obviously. Google's like, no, no, no. This word is cursed. Let me cover this for you. You don't need to know the full word of the thing you're searching for. So, Banshee is a name given to a female spirit, which can be found in Irish and Scottish folklore. The wail of a banshee is associated with the foretelling of an imminent death in the house. Oh my gosh. Outside of
Hmm.
which the banshee has previously visited. An omen of impending death in a house. A banshee is a female entity said to herald death by groaning and screaming. So that sounds just absolutely like the kind of girl we want hanging around outside our house. I
I
think
feel like I could be a banshee when I die, maybe.
I feel like it would just be the final like fuck you to everyone that's given me a hard time. Like I'm
Yeah.
coming to your house and I
I'm just
can
gonna scream at
sing.
you.
I'm gonna scream like oh outside your house. And you'll be like, that's Sandy. Oh God.
What have I
The
done?
sand she.
Perfect.
I'll be the sand she. It'll be great. So now we've been told to look at death clicks. Have you ever heard of a death click?
No, I've heard of
What
death
on
rattles.
earth? Okay, that's an F click, but let's move on. The death click is a strange phenomenon that has its origins in Samoa. Like the
Interesting.
wailing banshees of Ireland, believed to predict the imminent death of someone in the household, death clicks are the sudden onset of persistent and loud clicking that sounds throughout the house of someone who is going to die soon. Oh,
Ooh, that just gave me full body chills.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
well, it's interesting that different things happen in different countries because I was looking up banshees to prepare for this, and one of the things that they said, like it was a historical sort of channel, and one of the things that they said is that they reckon the origin of banshees is the keening women in
Mm,
Ireland and Scotland that they would hire for funerals and
yeah,
to help the family mourn.
yeah,
And that's often why banshees are associated with noble families because they were the
yeah.
only ones who could afford the keening women.
Oh, and I also read that they believe that it's those keening women that then turned into banshees, that they,
Yeah.
they would carry on in the afterlife what they had done in the living realm. So we've also been told here to look at whistling ghosts. So I'm going to open that up and just line up. Oh my God. Thank you, Google, for hiding that as well. So whistling ghosts, whistling ghosts are a phenomenon that is native to a tiny coral island in the southern Gilbert group. Now, where on earth is that? That's something that I'm going to go on a beautiful Google Maps journey and Google Earth journey to southern Gilbert group, to a tiny coral island. The whistling ghosts are also known as the Tani Kanimamoi, or whistlers. They are believed to be the ghosts of newly deceased relatives who live in the air and fly up and down the islands, learning everything that is going on. They are said to pass on their knowledge to anyone capable of understanding their whistling speech.
Whoa.
Eek. Oh, that's intense, man. I have a tattoo on my arm of Hugin and Munnin. Where are they? So they're the two Viking what are they called? Crows. I think they're crows.
Oh, right.
And
yep.
they are the ones who gather info, and they go back to Odin and tell Odin, oh, she did this and he did that, and they tattle tales and they tell the stories. So it's kind of ties in to the whistling ghosts, and that clicking one gave me goosebumps. Though that was
because oftentimes that's how ghosts will connect with people too, is they'll click or like tap on things.
Yes, yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, so I had a very weird experience. So my whole story, like whatever house I live in, stuff starts to manifest after a while, then we have to deal with it and then it goes away. So we've been in this new place for 3 or 4 weeks now.
Oh, yeah.
A month now. And there hasn't been anything. It's the most peaceful house I've ever moved into. It's like eerily quiet, to the degree where I'm like, y'all are hiding. Like, I see you. And so 2 weird things have happened. So the one Sunday I had a hypnotherapy session set up with a friend, because I'm just doing my last few sessions before I qualify. And he's really spiritual and quite deep. And I was lying in bed and I had my left arm hanging down the side of the bed, just stretching my arm and relaxing. And I felt my 10-year-old take my hand. Like, it was a physical holding of the hand, even the hand lifted. And I was like, oh my God, you naughty. And I looked down because I thought she'd like crawled in trying to give me a fright. And there was no one there. And then I felt the release.
I knew you were going to say that.
And I look at Jazz and I was like, something just held my hand. But it was like warm. It was a person, like skin. Like, I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But not horrible. Almost like I'm going to help you do what you need to do today. And it was amazing, right? So and then the other oh my God, so weird, one day when you come and visit, because we've got to have you over for lunch and a swim when it gets warmer and everything, you'll see we've got this thing called the big chair. So it's basically a single bed that I've hammered together with other bits and pieces to make a massive chair. Like, it's huge, and you feel like a little kid when you sit on it. So Jazz and I were just chilling out there. We've got fairy lights and a sheeting hanging down that you hear rustling in the wind. And we've got those like bamboo torches that were on fire burning. And it was just so stunning. And we have wind chimes. It's really like amazing energy in that area. And there's these lights that are set off by movement. So we're both lying there and we're looking at the 2 lights, and the furthest light starts to flicker in like a rhythm. So flicker, 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 flicker. So Jazz goes, oh, what is that? It's never done that, because we can always see that flicker, flicker. So we're like, what the heck? So Jazz goes, can you stop? And it just stopped. And then it started flicking in a different rhythm. So like it was holding for 3 seconds and flicking. And then Jazz goes, maybe it's just the battery. So I said, maybe not the battery, maybe the light is wearing out, So I said, I don't know. So I looked and I said, could you stop that, please? Really? Could you stop? And as I said the last stop, the light faded and went to nothing. And we were like, what? So then we have that light off and then the main light on. Now I know the exact spot where I trigger the light to switch on again. And I got up off the chair, and as I walked towards that area, that light came on. But I wasn't in line with the receptor thing. So it was like, as I got up, it came on, and I went lay down again. And I was like, oh, that felt so freaking weird. So that's two strange little things. And the light's been working fine. So it wasn't running out. It's fine. It just goes on, you walk past, switches off. It's fine. It just was just weird.
That is so like telling though. It's interesting that it listened to you because it's like an intelligent haunting.
But that's the thing. It was literally responding to what we were saying, which is so bizarre, absolutely bizarre. I don't know. So I've got one story that I want to read from the, I'm going to probably do quite a few readings from this South African paranormal group. And they post some pretty damn scary stuff, and their members are really active, which I love. So this is a post. I'm going to make it bigger. It's a post by Clarice van Graan. And it says, hey guys, so my mom always keeps nasal spray next to her bed at night because we all have really bad sinus attacks all the time, especially at night. A few times the nasal spray bottle has wiggled and made the noise as if someone has touched it and then put it down. And then it like wiggles on the glass besides the table. Not really sure how to explain. One time I was watching TV in my parents' room and also experienced it. Also, she said that she feels like our dogs jump on the bed at night, but knowing we slept over at my uncle with my dogs, they weren't there. What could this be? So the mum was in bed and felt the dog jump up onto the bed, but there was no dog.
Ugh. Ghost dog.
So what do you think of that?
Ghost dog.
Ghost dog. Ghost with a sinus problem.
I'm just imagining a dog with like human hands that can grab the sinus.
I know. I'm just like freaking out because I'm going, And then there's another one which is a little bit freaky. I'll share that with you guys now. Hopefully you can see it. So Michelle Stain. Hi, everyone. So my mom has so there will be some spelling errors. I'm just going to try to read as best I can. So my mom has had some odd things happen these last few weeks. She first told me that she came home to find her continental pillow and a blanket on the floor. And then it went quiet for a while. Now, every so often since last week, she has come home after teaching, swimming, or visiting me to find her bedroom looking like the pictures below. She had shut the door to her bedroom to see if it was any of the animals. We didn't think it was them, but thought it best to rule them out for good, and came back to it looking like this. So it's definitely not an animal. After these pictures were taken, it has happened twice since then, with Wednesday being the last time it happened. She came down the one morning and opened her fridge to find that a bottle of Coke that had 2 cups worth of Coke in it had frozen, as well as a new bottle of milk. The Coke was in the door of the fridge and the milk on one of the shelves. I'm not sure exactly what is doing this. We thought that it was something getting into the house, but there was no sign of a break-in or anything like that. We realized it would only happen when no one was in the house, and I hope this made sense. So I'm going to...
I saw this one this morning, actually.
That.
Yeah.
The pillow on the side table.
Whoa. And the blanket's pulled all the way down. That's the part that makes me a little creeped out.
That's very creeped out. And it's mainly the side that the woman sleeps on, the pillow.
Yeah, and the pillow's gone there.
Oh, no, that's awful. That's like angry.
It does look a little angry, doesn't it? Like slightly destructive.
Yeah, I don't like the energy that's there. But I think, you have to kind of take people at their word, because we can't really go there and have an actual investigation. So when I was in South Africa, I used to actually do ghost investigations, but like really seriously, and only when there was severe stuff happening and people just couldn't make it go away. So they would have me come. I was such a chicken. I'd check everything out. I'd verify everything for myself and see it all happening for myself.
Yeah.
And this kind of stuff really does happen, and it's quite scary when it does, because you don't know what to do. If that's your home and there's stuff getting chucked around and your nasal spray bottle keeps rattling next to your bed. Oh my God. I would be like, yeah, no.
Well, it's when it moves from like, you can walk into somewhere and like something like a sensor light going on and off would happen with anything. But like when it starts to be like, affecting the physical world, I think that's when it starts to make me go, nah, you got to go. That's it.
Yeah.
I
hear
but
you.
like, yeah, I'm just like, nah, no poltergeists around. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's
So-
interesting, and yeah, ugh, poor things. I hope it doesn't escalate for them. That's
hope
the
so
thing that
too.
I was thinking as I was looking at those pictures. When you said it seemed angry, like I just hope it doesn't escalate. It seems like it is.
Yeah. So that's two interesting stories that have just happened. I mean, there's thousands of stories every week from people. As far as the Banshee goes, I mean, it's an interesting topic. So, the point of this video now is just more to kind of get people into searching it for themselves. So, have a look, find out about clicking ghosts and whistling ghosts and banshees. That's your homework for this week.
I don't like clicking ghosts. They creep me out.
I kind of like the idea of being a Banshee.
Yes.
I'll decide how vindictive I am by the time I'm in my 90s. I might be just over it. Be like, I'm going to my next life. Thanks. I won't hang around. Or I'll be like, I got time. My kids are still young. I got time. And then, you've got to fill up the afterlife somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what's interesting? It just reminded me actually of the last time I stayed at my mom's house in the States, because my dad died 10 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
And thanks. But so I went back 5 years later, and my mom was in a new house. And I was staying, it was like a loft style house. So she was downstairs and I had the upstairs with its own lounge room, and And every night I was just like not able to sleep because of jet lag. And I would stay up really, really late, and I just kept getting this vibe, like just kept feeling like something would walk through the door, like something angry. And I was like, it feels like my dad, but it doesn't feel like all of him. It just feels like his anger was walking through the door. And I was like, I know, like I've connected with my dad before in the afterlife. And I'm like, I know he's not angry anymore. Like he's happy and at peace now. But it felt like his anger had hung around.
The energy
of the possessions. And like every night I would close the door and I would wake up and it was open.
Oh my God.
And I was like, all right.
Wow.
This is not cool. And I started to get freaked out. And then one day it just disappeared. Like, and then I remember it standing at the end of my bed and me just being like, I know you're there. What are you
funny,
doing?
Yeah. You start talking to an empty room and you're like, am I mad? Am I mad? But you're not. You know that you are talking to something.
Yeah. And then even more when it disappears.
Yeah.
Because then you feel the lack of the energy that was there. And
totally.
that was probably my most powerful experience.
Wow. So what was it that you said to the spirit entity or the energy?
I think I just said, like, you don't need to be here. Like, this is like, or I can't remember. It was, it almost feels like I went into a bit of a trance. I think like I talked about it with Ryan on the phone, and I just was like, this keeps happening and I don't know why. And I don't remember what I said, to be honest. It was it's just like, it just felt like you don't need to be here anymore. This is not, you've moved on. Just keep on moving.
Wow. That's actually quite a deep thought, really. That as a human being, we have all of these different aspects to our nature and to our energetic blueprint, that when we move on, that there can be energy that stays behind. That's quite profound. As a hypnotherapist, one of the things that I feel called to do is help people with past life regression techniques. So past life can be yesterday, it can be last week, or it can be 1,000 years ago. If you can remember that far back in your subconscious, will remember the lives that you've lived. You've done one with me, and
it was awesome.
It's getting more and more intense. I'm learning more skills. I'm learning how to handle things better. And I've had 2 clients now in the last week. wake up in the in-between. So they weren't yet in the body.
Whoa.
They were in this space. And describing the in-between, I was just speechless. The one client was describing these creatures that were like round orbs dressed in suits, like smartly dressed orbs. And I was just like, whoa, because that's really where they're at a deep hypnosis. That's not your imagination anymore. That's talking from really deep inside. And I was just going, wow, 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 wow. I almost get to look into the in-between time through the eyes of potentially thousands of people over the next 40 or 50 years.
That's incredible.
The luckiest thing ever. Yeah. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's like
there's
Journey
a lot
of the
more.
Soul stuff.
Yes, that's exactly the work I'm going to be doing. So, I'm hoping to help people break addictions, but also do past life regression techniques and stuff. So, just a mind blowing. So yeah.
So contact Sandy.
Contact me if you want to know what you did yesterday.
And maybe in the future we can do some like yesterday. I forget. And maybe we'll do a ghost hunt one day. That would be so cool.
Exactly. We so need to do that. I've got another friend called Leah. She's quite energetic and spiritual. She's so down, like so down. Oh yeah. So we need to do it. Like I'm keen to do it before it's too cold, like before it's winter cold. So yeah, let's chat. Let's organize a date.
Absolutely.
There's a place near my home, I think, just halfway between me and you, that's got a really old cemetery that we could go walk around in.
And we could video it. We could put it on our channel.
Yeah, so good.
Yes.
All right, darling. Cool. Thank you, guys. Please let us know if you have ever heard any kind of whistling or banshees or clicking ghosts or anything like that, or if you come from a different culture and your culture has these beliefs, tell us what your banshees are called and what they sound like and what they do. And if you've had any spooky experiences, please let us know, because we like to get scared with you.
Love it. Love
it. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely day. And goodbye to all of you guys. Remember, look after your mental health and take care of one another, okay? It's still tough times. Mwah. The end is very far. You've got a beautiful life ahead of you guys. All right. Bye-bye.